Welcome everybody to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition Chronicle, the Dark Ages, with the Promethean. I am your storyteller, Rick Wheeler, aka Oops, all Setite, one of the co-founders of Gehenna Gaming, and with me tonight, starring in this chronicle, is my lovely cast of players and friends. We'll do a round table like we always do to introduce ourselves. We never quite know what order this is. We should probably lock it down to alphabetical sometime. But, we'll start with our player, Dave, this evening.
Hello, I am Dave. I play Lord Adalbert von Babenberg, Ventrue Crusader.
Very well. Next up, let's go with Keats.
Hi there, I am Rosie, regular size mom, and tonight I will be playing Aldric Keats, no longer captain of the Promethean.
That's rough, buddy. Next up, we have our resident Setite, played by Ben.
Hi, I'm Ben Big Dad Walker. I am reprising my role as Russell, who's very angry. Who's going to be very angry when he finds out what happened to the boat.
Are you just angry about the beer?
And all of his things.
Oh, shit, yeah, all your set stuff, huh?
Yeah, like my recipes.
And the mummified corpse. I just realized this.
Yep.
Those you don't find every day.
Takes a while to make those.
Yeah. Maybe you'll find a new one.
Maybe. I gotta make a new one.
Up next, we have our friend Joe.
Hey everybody, my name is Joe, J-O-E. I am playing Gerome Toutain, DJ Toreador from Twitter, Nolafanger. Follow me on there. Can't wait to see what happens now that the Promethean is lost. What snappy comebacks will Gerome say?
I'm excited for that because you are a button presser and I love it. Because I'm not in any danger. Last but not least, we have our wonderful friend, Leslee.
Hi everyone, I'm Leslie Everett, Leslie Wombat on Twitter, and today I will be Lior DuBois, the Nosferatu who has way too much information right now, and maybe helped sire a small child? I don't know. Well, I guess he's not a small child, he's an adult, but now we have a child.
I was like, wait, you did another one?
Surprise,
what were you doing last night?
In my brain, I pictured Percival as a small child, but I assume he's not. He's an adult.
It's still the same night.
I'm a grown-ass man.
Got hair on my balls. Like
The Key and Peele sketch. No, I'm a grown-ass man. Here comes the airplane. Yeah. Well, this is Dark Ages, and this is personal horror, political history stuff, but, we have some laughs here. All free to joke around. So, our chronicle is set in the year 1198, and we are currently in Tunisia. If you haven't caught our last couple of episodes, to freshly recap what happened last time, Aldric Keats and Lior DuBois are now vamp daddies, vamp mommies. Their first mate, Percival, was brutally injured in an attack that stole the ship, the Promethean. Found drifting in the water, Lior was able to pull him onto the docks. However, Lior absolutely botched a medicine roll and began striking this poor fellow minutes before lights out, time to die. So that was one of the last memories Percival has had. Keats heard the cannon fire as the ship was leaving port and was able to correctly do some medical things and then gave her first mate a lot of Potay, enough to slowly start the embrace process. However, not a normal Brujah, as he's not ugly, but he certainly is a darker shade of gray. A little bit of both, oddly enough, from our two players. So we'll see how they handle that. However, after this tragic loss, gain, embrace of a touchstone. Keats was able to run back with supernatural speed to the Sultan Sophonieba's palace, in which she finds Gerome and Lord Adalbert already back on the scene. The Sultan left the room to deal with Lord Jurgen, who arrived in Tunisia without one of those lovely passport necklaces. So he was being questioned. I now leave the scene to you. Oh, and one last thing. Our dear friend Setite, Russell of the highest clan, was on the lookout for people of his lineage.
Family. Mi familia, salud.
So we, at some point, will, in the middle of this discourse, cut to him, so we can see what he has found. But I leave you with the scene of the very beautiful interior mosque-looking building that the prince uses as an Ashira Elysium. So Aldric, you arrive carrying Percival, Lior, I think, piggyback riding you? As you
I was carrying both of them. No, I think I was blinking with both of them.
Yes.
So I imagine I was, I'm not sure how one carries two people while moving at supernatural speed, but imagine.
And as you arrive, Gerome and Lord Adalbert, you see Keats come back with a very dead-looking Percival, whose skin is now a slate gray color.
What is happening? And who is this?
They took the Promethean. My crew is, and while he's talking, he's, I guess, letting Lior off and putting Percival down and sort of sitting on the floor with them, and he's just staring at his new child and saying, they killed my crew. And
Mon Dieu,
they're all dead. And this is Percival.
This is Percival? What the fuck happened to him? Why does he look so sickly?
I was not.
The plague.
I was not fast enough. Lior began the embrace, knowing how important he was to me, and I finished it.
I made a bad, but
I'm sure Lior's like, are you still wet?
Yeah, she's probably dripping wet. Yeah.
My dear Lior, you look like he's a drowned rat.
Yeah, I fell in the ocean.
How did you?
I pushed her out of the way when I realized she was striking and threatening my friend in my final moments of life, for which I have apologized, but I'm still glad I did it.
No, it was reasonable. I was not in the right mind.
Does Percival have anything to say about his new?
He hasn't had a chance to say much. He essentially died in my arms. So just give me a minute, because it's not every night that a man's closest friend, with whom he was expecting to spend a great deal of time teaching and mentoring, dies in his arms and is now blue, and the rest of his crew is all dead, and the library and ship, and oh god, my pipe. Do I have my fucking pipe? And he's like patting his shirt desperately, trying to see if he tucked it away. And I would like to say that he still has that, at least.
It's the one thing you still have, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think you are giving your time to suss things out with. Oh my god, this is a lot. Hey, Miss Lord Adalbert, do you have any comments about our new member of this family?
Not really.
I see.
Well, and
Well, concerning it more concerns me as to Captain Keats. I understand the loss of your men very well. My deepest, sincerest apologies for what has happened to you and yours.
Thank you. They were the closest thing I've had to family in a long time. I didn't even take a chance to really mourn them, but
All of them are dead?
I didn't have time to count.
Oh.
I think so.
Are the bodies in the water?
Yeah, and strewn about the dock a little bit. It was a little messy.
That sounds like a mess to clean up.
They died defending our home and were killed ruthlessly for it.
They died defending your home. I'm sorry.
Well, then, I have information, Captain.
Do you? Oh, Storyteller.
Yes, my friend.
Where is old dude who's been staked? Is he still in the room?
Jurgen is in a side chamber, possibly down the hallway. A number of Ashira carried him there, and you know that the prince left to go oversee that discussion.
I want to go towards that direction.
Sure, you absolutely.
I'll just kind of, won't even really just say anything. I'll just turn around and walk away.
Yeah, just Irish goodbye.
Yeah, just leave.
Royal kindred, want to do so.
I don't know where to start, Captain.
Well, Lior, you gotta start somewhere.
I don't know what you're thinking right now, but this is all incredibly tragic. But I at least have an idea. We were used because somebody is trying to destabilize France. New Carthage was instructed to take the ship for a cause against Alexander. They did it so they will receive what they need to end Michael of Constantinople and his perverted dream of Carthage. Now, I have a bit of information about that, but they're being used for a good cause, used as much as we were. And, I mean, all I've heard of Michael has not been good. I was presented with Michael's speech, and he was part of the abandonment of Carthage and the destruction of original Carthage. Sorry, there's a cat.
Did you save the Duncan, the ship's cat?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Duncan is here and good. Good boy.
I'll allow it.
That's why we need the ship back.
There's one less reason you need the ship back, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but Michael's speech was as such. We leave the Eternal City because its heart has long since ceased beating. It dies, and you, the lords of a once glorious city, hide in its shadows, lost in a maze of your own construction. When our kind looks back to these times, to the death of yet another era, they will see your accomplishments and wonder what went wrong. But never, as you conceal yourselves, will they know who was responsible, to whom praise or condemnation should be addressed. Your deeds, both great and vile, will be lost to posterity, and all they will call you will be incognitos. So, I mean, We were being used as much as they were, and I hate to say it. But chasing after them would lead to our own destruction. They're going to use that ship against the plot against France.
So we're being framed for something.
Essentially. They're going to be using our faces on that ship. And if we chase after it, and we're the only ones left at the docks when those in the masks disappear, the culprits are right there. Makes their job that much easier to find us. I'm sorry. I, based on the information I've gained, I might be able to communicate with New Carthage and try and retrieve your books, retrieve Russell's belongings. I can do what I can. I can send Odette with a message and see what they'll give us back.
So
or stow for us.
You have a connection with the coats that
I don't
took
have a
our
connection.
ship. Then why do
I
you
don't
think
have-
you could get my books back?
Ooh, Aldric.
Speak in a code that they might understand.
I am
They wouldn't-
very confused, Lior. What is your relationship and how did you come across this information? I have done everything I can to appreciate your privacy and your past, but now I am curious about its relation to what has happened here and why we are being framed.
That I don't know.
Aldric, how are you feeling?
He's starting to get heated again, but he is on the floor, like sort of with Percival's head sort of on his lap, and he's just sort of looking up pissed at Lior. So he's probably in this very sort of bizarre emotional, I'm mad, but daddy stuff.
Like you would frenzy, but you're infants on your lap.
Yeah.
Fair. Continue.
Michael is looking to destabilize the Grand Courts, to raise the Court of Love into power. That is his goal. That is all I know. I just obtain information. That's what I do. And I don't have any contacts within New Carthage. I just, during my walk about the city, I heard someone who might have more information on the cult. And this is what I found out. And on my way back to the ship, it was already too late. You were already gone. Everyone was gone. Percival was in the water. I'm sorry. I really... If I could give you more information, I would. You know I would. I just don't have everything. Everything comes in pieces.
Right. Well, then Where's Russell? Is he safe?
I don't know. I thought Russell was with Lord Adalbert and Monsieur Gerome. I haven't seen him since I left the ship to pursue my personal business.
Oh no. And am I right in thinking from some of the messages going back and forth that Gerome and Lord Adalbert are no longer in the room?
That is correct. Gerome walked out before this conversation with Lior happened. Just straight up walked away from the conversation. Lord Adalbert, who hung around for a moment, very casually walked after. This conversation has been between you and Lior.
Well, and Lior, as much as I want to hunt my ship down and take back our home and spill all the blood of the Ashira to do it, I believe you're right. It's unwise to do so at this time.
I know. I'm terribly sorry. I knew you would want to, and that's why I was conflicted. But I don't want you to throw your life away like this. Your unlife.
Thank you, my friend.
You and Russell are also the closest thing I've had to family. I mean, I've loved teaching people on that ship. They're kind of students of mine, teaching them navigation, so it hurts me as much as it hurts you.
We had a good thing going, but maybe it made us a little too comfortable, a little too soft.
I can see that. It's been quite a while.
It's time to be hard again, Lior. It's time to get ours back, I suppose.
Get back on track.
So then I suppose we need to find Russell and figure out what to do with Percival.
He'll be fine. He'll do great. Everything's gonna be fine.
He's blue!
Sure.
He's blue!
I think that's my fault. I'm so sorry. I tried to embrace him, and then I wasn't sure what to do, and then I would have freaked out a little bit. I do sincerely apologize.
Can the both of you give me a wits and awareness?
Oh boy.
Once I extract the cat from my dice tray, yes. Oh, did I accrue more hunger points from embracing last session?
Yes.
How many, please?
I'm going to be kind and say 1.
Okay, then I am at hunger 3 currently.
Yes.
Hey, we're both very hungry. The 2 hungriest people in the room.
Luckily, it's the same night, so there's no rouse check for waking.
Oh, thank goodness. I got 4 successes.
You're a champion.
Yeah, I got 2 teens.
I got 1 success.
Lior, you are very accustomed to sneaking in and out of places. You have used Obfuscate for a number of years. You know that when someone is using Obfuscate, they tend to stick to the walls. You know, kind of almost like a ferret, you know, sneaking around a door, with their body literally touching the frame kind of thing. You see a couple of clear pattern indicators that someone is moving from this room to another. Not that you can see them per se, because you can't see through Obfuscate, but your eye is always trained on the surroundings that could be bumped into by said Obfuscate.
She's gonna motion to Keats with and then go follow whoever's obfuscated.
It's in the direction of Gerome and Adalbert.
Yeah, she's gonna go follow them.
Beautiful. We'll cut to Russell. Man about town. Russell,
Yeah.
Are you checking out that bar?
Of course I am. Bar after bar after brothel. Hitting the streets looking for my people.
And you're asking... What kind of questions are you asking?
You know, this is the thing that Russell would know that I didn't think of in the meantime.
I can help you out with this.
Mm-hmm.
If I were you,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got good streetwise, you're a pretty smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
You've been a study for a long time. You'd be asking if there's any important figures in this scene. Any advisors people go to when they get drunk from their washing away their sorrows to try and find new meaning. You'd be talking to people about who owns these bars, who owns these brothels, or any of them a franchise. Trying to tie anything you can together. That would be, maybe there's a kindred hand in this. Because, you know, looking at these places specifically would lead to a particular brand of kindred.
That's right.
Why don't you please give me an intelligence and streetwise? Actually, you know what? Let's use your manipulation, because you're not just thinking about these streets, you're talking to people and manipulating your words and how you say things to not make yourself known.
2 successes.
2 successes. One of the drunker bar patrons tells you that he was absolutely blasted out of his mind one night. And he remembers seeking those things, but he woke up in a barn that is a storage place for wheat on the coast. And he has no idea how that had anything to do with his evening. And it happened to him like a year or 2 ago. And funny thing is, he's mentioned this tall tale in passing to a number of people, and they've had similar experiences. So it's become something of an unsolved mystery amongst the uber drunk in this area.
I ask for directions. And I'll head there.
I'll show you for another round.
But of course, my good friend.
You buy him around.
Mm-hmm.
He sips it far too long for your tastes. You're just like, hurry the fuck up, drink this thing already. You got places to be.
Mm-hmm.
But he does bring you to a very large stone warehouse where grain is kept. Part of it's like a silo.
Mm-hmm.
Almost
Granary, we call them.
Yeah, small tower. He shows you where he woke up, which is a regular room, hay floor, rat droppings all over the place because it's the Dark Ages.
Mm-hmm.
Area kind of smells like horse piss. It seems like they've tried to keep a lot of the animals away from this particular food storage place, but that's the Dark Ages. Why don't you give me, while you're here, a wits and investigation?
Three successes.
As you move around some of the hay, after your drunk friend has already made his way back to the bar, he's done what he's told you he was going to do. It's time to drink some more. You find a small hatch.
And down we go. Why am I talking like Keats?
Because Keats is very special to you, clearly. It's a drop by about 15 feet. You don't expect it. It's not even a ladder.
Mm-hmm.
You literally fall. Any mortals who would have found this and tried to make their way down would have broken their legs. Which, for a kindred, is a pretty good security measure. But you fall on your ass. And there's a room, pretty sizable one, candlelight, recently lit, not burning overnight, with a number of kindred playing something that looks like akin to very old dominoes for money. There is 2 younger men and a woman who looks like she's in her mid-30s. The 2 instantly reach for a dagger. Their fangs descend, and they are long and needle-like.
I say in Egyptian, I come in the name of Set.
They smile. Their knives go away. However, they don't speak. The woman does. And who might you be?
I am Brother Russell from Europe.
And
I've come seeking your wisdom.
how did you even make it here?
To this building or to Tunisia specifically?
Both, but you can spare me the details if you like. I have a deal with the Sultan, but our presence in the city is not exactly known. We work as somewhat of a clandestine branch. Not official Ashira, of course.
I would say, if you were anyone else, I would tell them that Set works in mysterious ways. But since you are family, there's a story going around about this granary that may be haunted or something. A number of drunks have stories about waking up here. You may wish to take care of that.
Yes. Who was the drunk you spoke to? You probably...
I describe him.
You describe him. Let's see if he can give you a name. Benjamin has been back here more than once. And it seems like he's had his last shot. Well, I guess I owe you a favor. This information.
I came here on the Promethean. Are you familiar with it?
I've heard of it. It's a floating Elysium.
Yes. We were attacked by another boat that's docked here, or it was until this morning or this evening. We followed one of them last night into the cistern. And what do you know of New Carthage? My captain's very interested.
They want Constantinople to burn. We do too, but our people are working on the inside to bring it down, and we're very close. One of ours, Ketal, has been working Michael for over 500 years. And we think he's finally eroded the old fool's soul.
The long con, I love it.
The long con. So, the Serpent of Eden, as they call him, and our friends, the children of Judas, they made a bet with Michael long ago that his perfect Eden, his Trinitarian dream, would not be real if there wasn't a tempter to see if this was the real deal. Michael bought it, hook, line, and sinker. So we've been there, and we have helped from time to time to ship in all kinds of things. However, New Carthage wants it to burn fast and hard and now. And, well, we won't get any credit for that if they beat us to it. We want it to be in Set's name, not in some Brujah. Ugh. You know, they never shut up about Carthage. I get it. We live
they keep talking about it.
Yeah. Did you see
Or
the Promethean?
Or reading about it.
Yeah. And you're riding on a ship named the Promethean?
Under a Brujah. Captain Keats.
Brujah. How do you live with yourself?
I get free travel all about the Mediterranean to spread the word.
You want free travel across the Mediterranean? I've got a ship for you.
Tell me more.
One of our own.
Mm-hmm.
What is the jokingly people's phrase for it? He who worships the sun is what they call him as a joke. He was a Christian in Egypt who lost his way. So when he fell and joined the followers of Set, we've mockingly called him this from time to time, but Andreas Aegyptus, or Andre of Egypt, is a ship captain. They call him the Merchant Prince.
The Andres.
The Andreas.
He's in town?
He's not far, and he can be summoned. I believe he was in Portugal last. One of his child are here. They can communicate to him through Aku. You didn't hear that from me. I know that's a taboo subject for many of us.
Of course. Do you know of anyone higher up in this New Carthage that perhaps me and my captain would want to speak to get information on? They seem to know where we were coming from.
Are they the ones that stole your ship?
What do you mean?
New Carthage.
No. You used a verb and an action there. They did what to my ship?
Stole it. The Promethean was stolen. It's you like punch a wall or something.
He's not gonna punch. He's just gonna shout "fuck" real loud. I had hundreds of gallons of blood beer on there.
The other two younger Setites fucking flipped the table. God fucking damn it! Let's talk.
I had a salubri saison that was almost finished brewing inside the Lecter corpse.
Oh. She hits one of them in the chest. It's all right. There's one more in town. Brew him.
Notes.
Oh.
I'm looking for a prophecy for some time, and my notes were on the ship.
Nothing is forever lost to those who follow sin.
That is true. Listen, I need that. I need to get back on that ship. I need to figure out where it's going. I haven't.
It's probably going to Paris.
How fast is the ship we were just talking about? The Merchant Prince's ship.
You asking the storyteller?
Asking them.
I mean,
Is it a fast vessel?
it's more of a cargo.
Hmm. I've crafted a bloodstone, and it lies among my quarters. I could track the ship for a week.
I don't know if he would even oblige. He may get you out of Tunisia, but he's not going to go looking for a fight.
What if I were to sweeten the pot for him?
You'd have to talk to him yourself. If time is of the essence, I can reach out to, or have my friend here reach out to him now.
Please do.
She smacks one of them upside the head. Justinian, make the call. Reach out to Andreas. He goes topside, begins climbing up that 15-foot drop as his hands become feral claws digging into the dirt. Is there anything I can get you in the meantime? We also brew blood beer. Probably not to the extent that you did.
I mean, I wouldn't. It'd be rude of me not to, right?
It would be so rude not to.
Of course.
So you spend a little time actually getting wasted with your clanmates. We go back to Gerome and Lord Adalbert, who have exited to another room where they see Lord Jurgen sitting in front of six Ashira Banu Hakim, all who have various weapons in their sashes, standing in front of the Toreador Sultan Sofaniba, and Prince. As you walk in, you hear them saying, "We understand your memory is not what it was, that someone had altered your cognition, sent you here for a purpose. There are rules, Jurgen. What kind of amends are you willing to make in exchange for breaking them?" That's about when you, Adalbert and Gerome, walk in. Well, I can talk to Lord Hardestad and see what he's willing to provide. If you were to do an insight roll, which you don't even have to because the difficulty is so low, you could automatically succeed. He is poorly pleading for his life and shaking in his boots a little bit.
I'll activate all.
As you do. A number of the Ashir turn to see you. Hands not so much going towards their weapons, but kind of in a defensive stance.
No, that is not something you need to do. People, I do not know what you are presenting, but good evening.
Ah, Gerome, my wonderful guest. As you can see, this rude European Ventrue
Yes.
has entered our city without so much
Yes.
as an introduction.
Correct. I recall, as well as his interrogable Ventrue spirit trying to pass magical properties upon me and make me follow him against my will.
No.
But I fear. What am I talking about? Fear. I think that we too can play that game.
Oh, of course. She also activates Awe, and Jurgen cannot take his eyes off the two of you. Lord Adalbert would have to roll to resist that as well if he wished. But they are the center of attention. A very small room.
Okay.
Prince, may I please approach you and Monsieur Jorgan? I think a solution can be made for this.
Go on.
Gerome will just kind of saunter up towards him and just kind of, Monsieur Jordan, why are you so pitifully begging for your own life?
Do you know where you are, my friend?
I do. Do you know where you are?
I'm quite aware. I am quite aware.
So, and Jerome's just going to kind of take his hands and kind of like go around him, just kind of like circle. I am very aware of where I am and where I stand in this world. But you, without so much as, and he'll kind of take the necklace and kind of shake it. Without much permission to do what you're doing, you are here. Your mind's warped by whatever bastard or bitch that was lucky enough to get their hands upon you. And then you make me follow you almost to where? Who have you been speaking to that has made your mind wet sand?
If I could remember, I would be more than happy to tell you and my child, because I want nothing more than to eat their still beating heart.
It sounds like you've been talking to a snake.
I assure you, I have not. I kill them on sight, more often than not. But there is so much a man can tell you, so much he can say.
Of course.
And in this case, it seems my mind has been, well, influenced in a way that has not happened since I was freshly turned.
Gerome will take his hands and kind of like put them over Jorgen's ears and turn to the prince. Prince, I know a fate that would be worse for Monsieur Jorgen. Would you like to know? No? Yes?
Why not?
Why don't Monsieur Jorgen become bonded to me?
I activate Dawn at this point. Take your hands off of my sire. And I lay my hand on my sword.
Gerome and Adalbert, please give me a composure and dexterity roll.
Sure. I will surge real quick.
Same.
Okay. We get 4. Mark that. Okay. 2, 3, 4. And dexterity.
Eight successes.
Seven.
I thought I was sitting pretty good with a 6. Lord Adalbert, you are the fastest of the 3. The Ashira guards and the Sultan take a few steps back. This is a European problem. There's no reason for their blood to be shed. What do you do, Adalbert?
Oh, I've made my statement. Take your hands off my sire. And I just place my hand on my sword.
Gerome, you're
He
next.
will not be bonded to you.
If you're doing Daunt, are you doing an intimidation roll?
I believe it's just that they have to... I'm not... Oh, yeah. You know what? I will. I will intimidate. I will be intimidating. Why not? Sure.
If you are bonded, if you successfully bond Lord Jurgen, he might become like a growing addiction that he can't deny. To those listening at home, we will probably be working in Kissed by a Rose lyrics the rest of this entire session because it's been an ongoing joke in our private chat. So see if you can spot them all. Make a drink.
Oh
game
my
out of it.
goddess!
This is sponsored by anyone. I can do whatever I want.
I have 8 successes on my intimidation roll.
Holy shit. Gerome.
Mhm. What do I roll?
Well, let's see. That would likely be... Let's do your composure.
Composure and
Etiquette.
etiquette. Okay. I'm going to surge again.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised your etiquette is not like astronomical, but you know.
Gerome likes to dilly-dally throughout Marseille, so
It's
he was
true.
paying attention. But so we got 1, 2, 3. And etiquette. Oops. 1 second. Oops. Okay, 2 stars. Well, sorry. I have a messy critical. So that's 4,
So on
5,
Hunger Die, you have
6.
a critical along with an
7. 8.
So you match Lord Adalbert's. The tie will go to the defender with the messy crit,
I thought it was the acting character. But
unless Lord Adalbert you would like to succeed at a cost.
I want to see what happens with the messy crit.
Certainly. Gerome, you have never before really looked at Lord Jurgen, but your beast sees him and is obsessed with him. Like a kiss from the rose on the gray. You are absolutely drawn and compelled to gaze at this man. You lose all sense of being able to respond to Lord Adalbert. Your mind is focused on his handsomeness, his beauty, the chiseled features of his war-torn face, the perfection of Ventrue bloodline. Lord Adalbert, you have just impressively intimidated this man, and he is not even responding to you in the slightest. He has ignored your direct command to lay your hands off your sire. This is likely extremely infuriating for you, to the point where you might roll frenzy. Would you like to try and keep it together, or?
Yes, I would like to try to keep it together.
Very well. This hoity-toity Toreador is not obeying you. You feel your command challenged. Let's take your willpower, a third of your humanity.
I don't have humanity.
You've got a good humanity. So a third of your humanity, we'll say it's 3, plus your willpower, 7 dice.
I have a 6 willpower, and you said 3 for add 3 for humanity, right?
Correct.
Okay, so 9 dice.
Yes.
Let me make sure.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong character sheet.
No worries. 6.
6 successes total.
Yes.
You are in complete control. You feel the anger rising through you that you need to establish the command of not only Clan Ventrue, but as yourself as a knight. This non-combatant just didn't listen to a direct order to lay his hands off the most important person in your own life. And while you're able to suppress that rage, you are very angry. What is your next action?
He is... I will draw my sword, like, as quick as I can, draw my sword, put the blade under his chin.
In your head, your own beast is saying, cut his fucking hands off.
I'll take one. If I can.
Roll your Dex and Melee. Gerome, please give me your Dexterity and Athletics. You have a specialty as well in melee.
Yes. So I rolled 4 of the special criticals in my roll. So that's 8.
So you got
13 successes.
Gerome, unless you're rolling to rouse the blood, I don't know if you can match that score.
We shall see.
Mathematically, it might be impossible.
It might be, but we shall see.
Nothing's impossible.
All tens.
Bestial. Flat 0.
The metal comes down and through one of the hands of Gerome Toutain as the Vitae splashes over Lord Jurgen's face, and Gerome Toutain's hand hits the floor.
Left hand or right hand?
Depends on where the Lord Adalbert is standing. If he's to the left or the right of him.
Figured we were on separate sides of the table at that point. So, I don't know. Odds right, evens left. Leave it to fate. The left.
Gerome, your left hand is completely severed from your body.
Okay.
Lord Jurgen has this shit-eating grin on his face as the compulsion you were under to study this man's beauty is now over. You are in a state of shock.
Do I have your attention now?
You are exactly what they say. A beast, a wild animal, pretending to be a knight. You cut me. Someone defenseless. Considering you are a knight, I thought that would go against your code, but...
You are not defenseless, sir. Your honey words, you wield them as your weapon.
Words are only words. I do not have a weapon.
Then you are more pitiful than you seem to be.
Monsieur Toutain, you are a K-Knight. By definition, you are a weapon.
Who's speaking?
The Sultan Sofaniba.
You're right. My points.
Get your rose and bloom. And be gone from my city.
All right. Ponce, where is this so I may leave? What we were promised, you promised me.
Here. She hands you a piece of paper, and it is a hand-drawn map to a warehouse by the coast. I'll be taking this. And she grabs your necklace and breaks the rope of it, taking it with her. Lord Jurgen, you are free to go.
I just clean my sword and sheath it.
Gerome, you have been insulted by a elder member of your clan in front of a court. You take 2 superficial willpower damage as social combat dictates. You are embarrassed to be a rose tonight.
Okay. And Gerome will leave the room. And go towards the warehouse.
Okay. Sofaniba turns to Adalbert. You are also free to go, although you may wish to book passage another way. The Ashira, as I was told, my associates in the Ashira are coming to try and seize the members of the Promethean. They will be involved, wanted people, if our information is correct, which would make them valuable hostages. Bartering tips. I have no need for such games. You and Jurgen are free to go.
Thank you. My apologies for the mess.
We have ghouls. They will lick it clean.
Very good.
One
My
of
lord.
them, one of them physically comes out and grabs the hand, and looks like he's the luckiest man alive. He is already nibbling on the finger where one of Jerome's exquisite rings lay on.
My lord,
Yes.
if it pleases you, I wish to travel with the members of the Promethean, if they would have me in their company.
After tonight, I release you from your oaths to me. You are your own man. You have done well. Do not fall for the same pitfalls I fell for upon coming here. Guard your mind. Be careful who you even share a room with.
Yes, my lord.
I hope to see you again. You are a fine knight. I hope you become more than that.
As do I.
That if that is your will, I have no doubt you will make it so. He hands you his own sword.
My lord,
Take it.
thank you.
Till we meet again.
Till we meet again.
Should you need to find me in northern Germany, I do keep a residence. It is a graying tower alone on the sea.
Yes, my liege. Should you have need of me, just call.
That I can do. He gets up and begins to be escorted to the docks by a number of the Ashira.
And Adalbert will go rejoin Keats and Lior if they're still in the palace.
Before he leaves the room, the Sultan says, Jurgen, to the victor of the spoils. She throws him Jerome's passport necklace. Stay out of trouble. He looks back to her, bows, and leaves. Keats and Lior, you would have seen a lot of that as you were walking down the hallway to that room. On your way towards the room, you see Gerome, the aftermath of what just happened. Gerome, are you going to heal enough to cause the wound to stop bleeding?
Yes.
Okay. Would you give me a rouse check, please?
Sure. Good.
Perfect.
Did I find that invisible person? Or who I thought was stalking?
As Gerome walks past you, which you're probably puzzled by. I mean, well, not puzzled by. You saw what happened to him. Depends. Do you follow him or do you look to the room?
I think she'll look to the room.
In that case, the lovely blood trail that Gerome has left behind of Vitae begins to have subtle footprints moving towards the prince.
I think Lior would like to try and reach out and grab the person via their footprint trail. I know it's probably going to be tricky, but...
Or if you said Keats had gone with Lior, I would like to... I don't know if I have to use Blink to do that, but Rapid Reflexes would probably be enough to...
Rapid Reflex is more of a in response to something, but, Celerity's entire point is that you're fast. So it seems to bear that, yes, you're faster than most. You see the pitter-patter in the blood, and you're not a fool. You're able
to Keats, it sort of seems like they know there's an Oss in his crew, and they might be trying to frame them for the death of yet somebody else. So he's not going to let this guy get close to the prince.
You reach out and you swing a couple times for air, and you catch the garment of someone, and as you touch them, it is Suli, the Ashira. Well, what exactly did I call her? She's almost like a glorified babysitter. She makes sure that the visitors from the docks are given the necklaces. It's kind of like an ambassador. Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's been a rather rough night, and I assumed that someone else was attempting to frame us for something else.
No.
All right.
I saw that it was a very rough night, and I did not want to intrude.
Yeah, sorry. Paranoia's high.
Right. Well, then I'll get... And now that they're in the same room with the prince, presumably, Keats is going to turn to her and say, Lady Sophoniba, I apologize for embracing someone, my first mate, on your territory without your permission, but it was a rather dire situation.
She looks fucking furious. Until Suli speaks up. That's actually what I was coming to tell you about, Prince. I heard the whole ordeal, and it was a matter of some urgency. I do not believe they had a choice. It was the only lead to figure out what happened to their ship. They've suffered a great loss. This was their first mate, not just a member of the crew. And it seems like he is still in torpor and barely even one of us. In fact, it is an unusual case. I would like to extend whatever vote or sway I have for leniency towards this matter. She seems to calm down a little bit at that. Let's say that should you get out of here before the Ashura find you, that you owe me a minor boon, Captain Keats.
I would happily take that, and depending on the state of Percival, if I were to offer a major boon to you, would he be safe here?
Safer here than
with
anywhere
me.
else in the world, I assure you.
Then
We
I
can
would have...
instruct him in the ways of both of our kinds. Ashira and, well, Europe's a mess.
That it is. I feel deeply responsible to him. The understanding we had was that he would serve me, and when he was ready, he would join us. Unless he fell in my service. And that happened, along with the rest of my crew. They're all dead in your arbor.
She looks genuinely touched, and Suli speaks up. Captain Keats, I've been following you for a number of nights, and I know that Pitor has left you his library, gone into retirement. Would it be in your wishes for this to pass to Percival once he is up and running?
Should he wish that? Yes. He's learned a great deal from me. In all things that I've had the ability to teach him. If he's a good man, he would do well here, I think. But I can't imagine he'll want to be anywhere near the sea for a while.
We'll see what he decides when he recovers, but we will ensure that he does.
Thank you. Then for me, you'll have a major boon for that offer. Thank you.
And they write that down. Other than that, they hand you the same map that was given to Gerome Toutain to find secret, less noticeable way out of the city.
A secret tunnel! Secret tunnel!
At that, we'll take a short break because we're going to go through our own secret tunnel. And we'll try and keep sneaking Kissed by a Rose lyrics into this chronicle because it's fucking fun. Anyway, this has been Gehenna Gaming Dark Ages V5. We'll be back shortly with some more of our plot as it unfolds. See you then. Welcome back to our Vampire the Masquerade, The Dark Ages, 5th edition. I am your storyteller, Rick Wheeler, of Gehenna Gaming. With me tonight, my wonderful cast. We had just had a pretty tense scene. Gerome, actually, I didn't tell you what kind of damage you're facing for losing a hand. Probably going to be, well, let's say 1 aggravated. Because it's not like it's a lot of your body. You know, physically speaking, the hand may be very important, but, you know, fraction-wise, it's a very small percentage of your body. It's something you can regrow, definitely, in a night. with 3 rouse checks. So, where we left off, Aldric has now given the prince permission to raise Percival in the Cainite traditions, albeit in the Ashira area, through Sultan Sophaneba. They have given you the information you needed to get to that warehouse for passage out of the city before what could be your imminent capture. Lord Adalbert was actually fully released from his sire, Lord Jurgen, and given an exquisite looking sword, which I will give you the stats for that momentarily in chat. Lior does not get to weigh in on the custody battle unless, Lior, you could stay in town.
Lior, are you going to make a stink about this?
You could be-
You were trying to beat our child to death.
It wasn't on purpose. I also have no custody stakes in this. I'm also not staying in Tunisia.
Oh, well. Next time on Mori.
Lior, you are the father.
It's true. Something like that. You're some kind of parental figure. This person's going to have many questions about why he is concrete colored before concrete was invented. But that's okay. Papa Smurf will get by. I went there. Cainite therapy bills. He's going to have to talk to some Alcavians, figure out his place in life. So, Gerome Toutain, you were the first to leave the Sultan's palace. You were making your way downtown, fast and homebound. But you were going to be passing by. We're doing more than one song tonight. You're passing by this shop where you had bought your exquisite daggers. Back to the gentleman who practically worships you as the fine, exquisite being that you are.
Monsieur?
My lord.
Good evening.
He goes to kiss your hand and... Oh no. They have harmed your beauty.
Yes, they have harmed your lord's beauty. But first things first, I need a sword.
You may have your pick.
I want the prettiest, and it can just cut through a camel's hump if I have to. Just
These swords in this time are not super varied. Many of the swords we've seen in film and media have not yet been developed in this
scimitar.
time. Scimitars, yes.
Can we have a scimitar?
There is one that is quite sharp. It looks like some Damascus steel pattern was actually done to the metal itself. It is of the finest craftsmanship. Probably a relic from a time when they actually thought to make these things, and the technology was actually lost to history. To this day, we do not know how they've made these swords.
Gerome will take it and look at it. This one.
He hands it to you and says, "Your mere presence is like a light has hit the gloom on the gray of my heart."
Such sweet words that you give this kind lord of yours. And Gerome will walk up to him and like grab his shirt like this. Now, with these honeyed words, I want you to do something for your dear lord, okay?
What is it?
I do not want any harm to come to you. However, I was hurt. And I think that deserves a fuss, don't you?
I do.
Gerome will take his good hand and like point the scimitar towards the place. That is where it happened. I'm going to give you a countdown to about 300. Storm it. Kill anyone in sight.
There has been many rumors about this building for so long.
I heard. You have your Lord's permission to do as you see fit.
I would ask you to make a manipulation and all that stuff, but you've already worked this guy really hard. He's buying what you're selling. Before the night's end.
Oui,
I will
before
bring
the night's end.
this to the ground.
Please. Gerome will, he just has these. He has like a little letter. This is for you. Should you leave North Africa, you're most welcome to come to my humble court in Marseille and live with me and bring your family. I will treat you well.
I have no family, but I would love to visit you in Marseille. As soon as the deed is done, I will come to you.
I will appreciate that.
He is
What is your
blushing.
name, darling?
He is blushing, and his name is Jacob.
Jacob. Monsieur Jacob, Saint Jacob, I will give you that name. Or, better yet, your name is Jacob, but when you're with me, you're Saint Constantine. But I must take my leave now. I will be gone momentarily. Before the night's end. Burn the motherfucker to the ground. I will see you in Marseille.
I will see you there.
And he will, Gerome will just like, for your trouble. And I'm just going to go to that area and just leave.
Very well. You get there first. You do find that there has exactly what they told you, although on the map it does show the location of that trapdoor.
I go in it.
You look down. You make the fall.
Okay.
It catches you by surprise, but you're pretty quick on your feet. You're able to stand. You don't fall on your ass like some people. Anyway.
What do I see?
You see Russell drinking with an exquisitely beautiful young Tunisian woman.
We're actually singing a traditional song to praise Set. You come in at "You remain my power, my pleasure, my pain,
baby. To me, you're like a grown addiction that I can't
Addiction.
deny.
Oh, immediately.
Oh. She activates all.
Bonjour. Salut.
You shine so brightly. The two men
As do you.
drinking, who had collected their dominoes and started playing another game, get up. They do not draw their weapons yet because, well, Gerome does not look like a common thug.
Gerome was. Play set.
Praise Set. And welcome, brother.
Yes.
Or monsieur, or... I do not
Either
know you.
title is fine, but don't worry about it. Just call me brother or monsieur. It's perfectly fine. Is that Russell?
Brother Russell is a very esteemed guest.
I see. Gerome will take the map. I'm supposed to catch a ship to Marseille from here. and I was told you fine people would be able to accommodate me.
Yes. Brother Russell, do you know this man?
Only slightly.
Bullshit, Russell. We're lovers. Don't play.
Whoa.
Lovers.
That's a title I had not agreed to previously.
You'll just see kind of like Gerome do like a little smirk, like play set, Russell.
Praise set.
Have you heard that the ship, Monsieur Keats' ship, has been stolen?
I'm aware. As you know, we Setites have our fingers in a lot of pies.
There
Except
is
this
another
one.
ship on the way.
How soon is it?
A younger man named Abu stands up and says, "It should be here tomorrow night." Russell, did you wish to go to Marseille as well, or you did not discuss the destination you will be giving Andreas?
No, I'm not quite certain of where we wanted to go. I believe I wanted to discuss it with the other members of the crew that survived.
Do you believe they're on their way? If they survived.
I'm certain I could find them if they're not.
And if not?
I mean, Gerome, are they alive?
What do you think, Russell?
I don't believe the city's damaged enough for them to have taken out Keats and Lior.
Correct. Monsieur Abu, as you called.
He sits down instead of speaking to you as the 30-something exquisitely beautiful woman. I am actually in charge here, monsieur. My name is Alexis.
Enchanté, Alexis.
Enchanted.
It has been a long night, and I say this with utmost respect, kindred to kindred. If we could find a ship within the next 15 to 30 minutes and leave this port, and it doesn't have to be a large ship, but we need to leave the city. Tout suite, now.
If you are
Please
simply
sit.
looking to leave,
Yes.
that can be arranged. However, it may not be as discreet. I still do not think the Ashira will find you, but Russell, the ship I had requested for you is extremely safe. Even amongst places where you would stop to dock, no one would question. It had the reputation as your Promethean. I can call these two ships if you have two separate destinations.
Also, where do you want to go?
I don't believe anything awaits me in Marseille. Already too many opportunists are making their way there. I'd prefer to get back the things that were taken from us on the ship.
Where is Russell relative to Gerome?
I'm sitting in a chair at a table.
It's a big round
Gerome-
wooden table with Abu, the other gentleman, Alexis, who's sitting cross-legged, has a mug of blood beer. Russell across from her.
I'm gonna like walk over to Russell and kind of just like kind of squat a little bit. What's up? My dear worshipper of Set, I want you to listen to me and listen to me carefully, okay? Wherever you need to go, please go. I will not stand in your way or hinder you in any way. But I do know things about the Promethean, about what you're missing. And I know those things are important to you. But this place is going to burn. I am not joking. So wherever the destination you go, be it discreet or not, please leave the city. I beg you.
Gerome, I haven't told my friends that what's so special about you and how you're very important to some people in Paris that would probably be very grateful to us if you were to be delivered.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. I, Ben, specifically forget the name of the prince of that was looking for him, but
Regis.
Regis. No, Regis is dead.
So Regis is dead.
Hey, the one in Paris, the one that wanted Alexander?
Alexander is the 4th generation king of Paris and of leader of the Grand Court.
Alexander had asked for the delivery of this man to Paris to stand trial for the murder of his sire.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a boon from someone like him could go far for us.
Would you do the honor, Russell?
Oh, no, I couldn't. I'll make things easier, though. I will use Eyes of the Serpent. I'll make eye contact with Gerome and use Eyes of the Serpent to freeze him in place.
He's not looking at you, though.
I thought you were.
No, he squatted and like leaned towards your ear.
Okay.
So,
Then I will.
that being said, the surprise for the player is ruined. The surprise for the character is not. How do you make eye contact with Gerome Toutain?
Well, after saying that, I don't think he's going to fall for my tricks. So,
Also, my dear friend, I use that term lightly. It seems I'm just surrounded by bastards who have no honor whatsoever. That is fine. Gerome, stand up. Does Gerome hear anything?
You hear the waves crashing against a sea cave.
Mm-hmm.
As another tunnel not far from here, beyond some crates, leads out to the ocean. However, it is submerged. You cannot see this place from the coast. You actually have to swim underneath and then pop out, then going to the outside world. You assume.
Where does it lead? Just to the ocean?
It leads right to the coast. To a small area where ships might send a rowboat to load and unload contraband.
Okay. Awesome. Is this what you really want to do, Zia?
I like to turn on awe.
Everybody has on awe.
Everybody but Lior has awe.
Now everyone has on awe now.
I'm
Point
pretty
of order? I do not have awe. I have daunt.
I'm pretty sure Lior, in her own way, has some kind of awe.
And she's the cutest Nos.
Nosferatu.
How far is this the area to go to the sea cave?
Oh, 500 yards. Underwater.
Like, is it like I could walk to it and then go in?
You would have to run about 50 feet to it. You would then dive into what looks like a pool where there are stalactite-looking things above it. It then goes under the water, and with the way that the tide is coming in and out and crashing against the raised rocks around it, you assume that it does go out to the ocean. You don't breathe, so...
And I was like, this is where Jerome's mind is at. He's just like,
Did you say Alexander,
Alexander.
King of Paris,
Indeed.
is looking for him?
Indeed. Without a ship, we
Gerome,
can't
would you
take him
please
there.
roll composure and dexterity?
okay. I will search. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Whew. Shit. Composure. You said dexterity?
Yep.
All right. Second. Four. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Critical success 9.
She raises from her seat to a standing position. Alexis walks over to you and goes to kiss you on the lips. What do you do?
I'll just kind of like move out of the way. No, thank you. I've done enough kissing for tonight.
Not like this, you haven't. Her tongue extends and looks paper thin and razor sharp, as do Abu's and the other young gentlemen who stand up from the table.
Oh my God. All this praising of Seth and you guys still do these things. Fine. Distance. Where are we at? Like, how far are they from me?
She is pretty close to you. She's about 6 feet. They are about 10 to 15. Russell, where are you?
15 feet behind.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. You said it's about 500 yards?
Yeah.
And Rick, I sent you a DM
Okay.
on Zoom.
Yes, you can do that.
I mean, I don't have that. I was wondering what I did.
She's close to me.
Yes.
6 feet. Trying to see if this is like totally worth it. Can I just go?
You can.
I'm
You-
just gonna.
Russell, if you would like to try and stop him, you can also roll.
What would you like me to
composure.
roll?
That would be composure and dexterity.
I'm really bad at that, so I'd like to try rolling Extinguish Potay to make him see if I can get him to beast joke fail.
Sure.
I will Blood Surge. Nope, hunger goes up, but I get 4 more dice. Let's roll for that. All right, hunger stays the same for the spell.
Gerome, want to give me
Stamina plus composure.
a dex and athletics to see if you can make it to that sea cave opening.
Also, 11 successes on Extinguish Potay.
As
All
quick
right,
as
well-
you can. Oh my god.
Well, let me surge again.
Cool.
And we're good. So dexterity and
Athletics.
athletics. So 2, 4.
While doing so, oh geez, 11 successes.
It's resisted by stamina and composure from
Yes.
Okay. What happens if you? Okay, I got 2 regular crits and a messy crit on both of my blood die. Because I surged.
I'll think about that. It's going to take some creativity. Let's take a quick look at Extinguish Potay. It's not the most used ability, but it's pretty cool. Joe, can you please roll the opposing for that, which is stamina and composure, to see what the margin difference is between
Stamina and composure?
Yes, my friend. Were there any criticals in that, Ben?
Yes. Not on hunger dice,
Okay.
somehow.
Four successes. Gerome, the pit of your stomach and the beast within you has had what I would consider to be one hell of a fucking night.
Mm-hmm.
Your hunger goes up by 2 immediately.
Okay.
Are you at a 3 or 4?
So 2, 3, 4.
4. You feel as though you're running out of fuel. You knew you had blood still within your body. Suddenly it is as if it is vaporized.
Class looks a little more full.
Yet you have made your way to the sea cave. You diving straight into the water. Begin swimming out into the ocean. The 2 younger men kindred. I'll roll Dex and Athletics for them. Ben, are you pursuing?
I'm more of a scholar than a pursuer.
If this goes how I think it goes, I have a sensational plan brewing right now.
The woman does not give chase. One of the younger men tries to. You can tell that he is not the best swimmer in the world. He is struggling just to get within 25 feet underwater. Gerome is now halfway to the oceanside tunnel.
Do I see him struggling?
Probably not, because he's way further back. He failed
Okay.
spectacularly. However,
Okay.
you do see someone underwater in close pursuit.
Do I know who it is?
It is Abu.
Okay. How far am I, like, getting towards the thing?
You have about a 20-foot lead on him. You
Okay.
have about 100 yards left to go.
Okay.
At this point,
I'll keep going.
Aldric, Lior, and Adalbert reach the hatch, drop down, and see Russell sitting with an exquisite young Mediterranean woman.
Russell, you found some lovely company. I'm glad that you're well.
Glad to see you, Captain. After hearing what happened to the ship,
We wanted to find you and figure out what to do next. Percival is has been embraced in his remaining year. He's still in torpor, and the princess promised me that he will be cared for. And then Keats looks at the Setite woman with Russell.
oh, Captain Keats, this is a member of my family.
Alexis, pray set.
Praise set. I don't know what that hand gesture was.
I know that you're in the city because you have a friendly relationship with the prince. Presumably, at least flexibly. I now find myself very displeased with the Ashira. If there's anything I can do on my way to assist you or your family towards that end of my new dislike, please let me know.
Are they unbelievers, Russell?
I have seen
Hey,
the
let
great
me-
power that Russell wields on behalf of your god Set. However, my truest devotion is to knowledge and the sharing as such.
It's a slow burn.
We were
Mostly-
just discussing that earlier.
The benefit of our relationship is I get to travel on, or I got to travel on the Prometheum, looking for various pieces of our lore that may have been scattered, and preaching the good word.
Well, then I suppose for that we're in your captain's debt to a degree.
It's a mutually beneficial arrangement that the captain and I have.
He makes blood beer. It's pretty good.
You'd be surprised how far a ship can go with a hold full of blood beer.
Yeah,
Tell your friends.
Or don't kidnap me.
That too.
I offered you a job, Russell.
Again, I don't want a job.
But I was just clarifying that I did not threaten to kidnap you.
Russell. We were having a conversation not long ago about some refugees. Are there more than one refugee, Russell? That A would be interested in? Or is it just the
No,
one?
just the one.
Then my home is your home.
Don't ask questions about that. Be cool.
none of my
Do we
fucking
still have
business.
on?
Probably.
Yeah.
Russell and Alexis look fantastic. Gerome, you breach the surface. You see a cloudy night. The moon is obscured behind clouds. There is a small boat. Something like, not exactly a ship that would go into the deep rough waters of the Atlantic, but definitely something that, with a lot of extra time, could make its way across the Mediterranean. Something of
Okay.
a super small fisherman boat by modern day standards. See a small lantern on the mast. It's about 4 people on this boat. Excuse me, are you injured and lost?
Well, I am.
Come here. He extends your hand. Pulls you out of the water.
Merci. Thank you. I have. Still gonna turn it on. Keep on.
I don't think you've ever turned it off, my friend.
What?
I don't think you turned it off, so... you're
Okay,
good.
okay. This vessel cannot get me to Marseille, no?
It can. We're a fishing vessel. We don't often go to Marseille, but how much you're willing to pay?
How many of them?
4.
I will each give you 30 silver.
Done.
Wonderful. Now, before we set upon this wonderful adventure, my friends, I need you to hold for a moment. Just a second. Rick, is where I came out, was there like rocks or like a rock formation or anything?
Yes.
I want to tell them to like kind of push the ship off into that area in like a little a hidden cut. And I want to wait for Abu to come out.
Give me a wits and awareness to see if you spot him.
Sure can. Let's see. I'm hungry, so wits and awareness. So it's all hunger die. Lovely. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Do you have Sense the Unseen?
Do I have Sense the Unseen?
Yeah.
I do. I have heightened senses.
Let me do a stealth roll. You got a 3?
You got a 3?
Did you say you had a 3?
I have 4.
Oh. You don't see him,
Mm-hmm.
but from time to time, you see that some of the waves are parting unnaturally until they don't, and you hear something on the bottom of the hull of the ship.
Okay. How loud is it?
It's very faint, but you have very good ears. It's almost like a fish in the ship.
Okay. Got an idea. This is where it goes. Rick, I'd like to activate Cloak of Shadows.
It's a free discipline.
And where that sound was, I want to be on the other end of the boat, and I'm just going to fall in.
So you're jumping off the boat, or are you just kind of laying down?
No,
on the hull, or-
not jumping off. I want to, like, I'll fall back, and I'll be like, please wait for me, and I'll fall back and then pop Cloak of Shadows, and I want to be in the area where he is.
Okay. So you're going under the water?
Yes.
So you leave as soon as you're just not touching the boat. You Cloak of Shadows. You hit the water. You're essentially invisible. You're looking under the boat.
Mm-hmm.
You see the figure of a man with claws holding onto the hull of the ship.
Which way is he facing?
Away from you. And he is
I want.
slowly clawing to the
No,
other
no, no,
side
no,
of the
no,
ship
no.
to climb up.
No, no, no. I want to get him. Get to where he is.
So you start swimming.
Hmm?
So you start swimming to him?
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to do this quietly, or? Well, you're underwater. It's not going to make a lot of noise. Go ahead.
Swim to him.
Yeah. What do you do?
Okay. What? Even though I can't. What am I seeing? What part of him and of the figure do I see?
At this point, you see he's upside down. He's on the bottom of the hull. It's his bare feet, which have claws, and his hands, which are into the wood. And he is slowly going to the front of the ship to climb.
Perfect. I would like to take the scimitar and like stab him with it if I could.
Yeah. Why don't you give me a dexterity and melee?
Okay. I'll surge again. I mean, why not? What's the worst that could happen? For funsies. Thank goddess. Okay. Dexterity and melee. So
You have a specialty.
I do. 1, 2, 3. Favorite, my pool. I'm trying to remember 4. Well, actually, for my 6. Dexterity. Okay. Thank the goddess. Okay. Critical for 5, 6, 7. I don't want to pierce the bow. I just want to pierce the light.
You cut him in the leg, as takes 4 superficial damage. You don't see.
I want to bite him.
That is a little bit harder. He knows you're
Okay.
there. You have wounded him. Give me a brawl and strength roll.
Okay, let's search. Let's search again. Because I have a plan. Thank God. Okay. Brawl. Strength. Hold on. 4. Brawl. 2, 3. Does my specialty kick in?
No.
No. Okay. We'll take that out then. Strength. I cannot be like that again. Well, messy?
Yep.
I'm scared as hell, and what my dice are doing is 4, 5, 6.
Okay. Biting is at a -2 penalty.
Okay.
You rush at him underwater, with teeth bared. You
Mhm.
miss.
Okay.
He is no longer holding onto the ship,
Mm-hmm.
and he locks eyes with you.
Okay.
His eyes are yellow, serpentine. You stop swimming and begin to
Okay.
sink
Mm-hmm.
as you are not being able to move your body. He
Okay.
sinks with you, not breaking his gaze as you touch
Okay.
the seafloor.
Mm-hmm.
And as he holds you there, he bites you.
Okay.
He drinks the last of the vitae you have, keeping you awake.
Okay.
as you enter Torpor. The 4 sailors eventually give up and waiting for this man who had promised them silver. As Abu carries you back to the sea cave underwater. Lior, Adalbert, Keats, and Russell see a man emerge from a sea tunnel. Peeking his head up at first, seeing guests, he walks out alone. Aha! Alexis. More company.
Praise set, Brother Abu.
Very set.
Give him a praise set.
A
Lior.
friendly
Praise-
set to you.
Yeah. Praise said.
Your ship will be here tomorrow evening.
Lovely. What ship is that? Unless you guys have filled them in during all of that.
Alexis looks to Russell. I'll leave it to you to decide to tell them or not to tell them, since you are of the blood.
Captain, have you heard of the trader, with a D, trader, the merchant, Andreas?
Storyteller?
Probably. If not directly, then indirectly, as he is considered the merchant prince. Probably something that's always bothered you because you've had a floating Elysium, as everyone liked to call it. However, this individual, seen as a merchant prince, kind of holds similar sway and notoriety, but in a different kindred way.
I've heard of him here and there.
Oh.
I've met the man.
We'll be booking passage upon his ship. Destination to be decided wherever we wish to go, within reason.
Well, then I assume we should speak on that. And Keats will sit between the 2 Setites at the table. Alexis, and Russell. Say, all right then. Lior and Lord Adalbert will be traveling with us. You're muted, Dave.
Yes, I would like to travel with you for the time being.
May I ask why?
I do not wish to spend my time here in Tunisia. So, I'll travel with you until, if you'll have me, until we get to somewhere more suitable, or I wish to stay with you. I am a free man now, and was something of a traveler before all of this.
Were you not intending to assist Monsieur Toutain in Marseille?
I offered my services to prove his innocence, to prove he was not guilty. And based on what we've uncovered, I believe that oath has been sufficiently fulfilled. Plus, he put his hands on my sire, and that is not something I could abide.
Oh, no, nor could I. If you
Sure.
were here, I would do unspeakable things. It's recompense. Transgression.
Well, I have,
Yeah.
from
So
now
would
on,
we.
you all.
All right then. So, my lovely, I don't suppose I can call you my crew anymore. Because we don't.
We'll get our boat back, Captain.
No,
I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah,
Lior share.
That boat is being used as a plot to over destabilize France. I kind of gave Keats the whole story. It's pretty long. But it would be, yeah. it would lead to our untimely doom to pursue that boat.
At this time.
Well, we've got
Probably
until
ever.
tomorrow. Why not fill us in on the details? Just so you fill us in on the details.
Yeah, I fill you in on the details. Ta-da!
That brings up an interesting proposal I had for you, Captain Keats. It seems you are a captain in need of a ship. I am looking to expand my ventures. So perhaps we could make some sort of arrangement from a business perspective.
And what business do you actually have?
I provide you a ship. You provide me a percentage of money you make from doing whatever it is you do.
If I am a crew or to be framed and made persona non grata, I can't imagine we'd be of much use to you. Though I suppose I should take your offer and run with it. But it seems a poor investment on your part.
From what I have seen of you and your crew, I have faith that you will deliver profit. And if not, it is but a small amount to invest.
I must be honest with you, it doesn't sit well with me being under another man's yoke again.
You can do as you wish.
If I may interject, Captain, my
Aye.
Lord Adalbert, is there a time limit on this offer?
There certainly can be. I would say 10 years.
That would give us enough time to try to reclaim our vessel, Captain.
Under the guise of a respected benefactor that would provide us some protection.
Again,
I also
I'm gonna
have-
recommend not going near that ship. If your belongings on it, I'm going to try and make contact to try and get them placed somewhere for us to get them back. But I
And
wouldn't
what's
touch that ship or the name.
And once again, Lior, how are you going to be making contact as you've told me you don't have connections in the cult? I'm still very confused.
All right, is Lior a cultist now?
Not that she's
Absolutely not.
admitting.
Praise set.
Praise set. We're not a cult. We're a religion. We predate Christianity.
It's true.
No. Well, I was going to send Odette with a message using their code or what I know of their mission to try and make communicado with them.
Oh, did Gerome pass through here? Yeah, if I assumed he was going to Marseille, I was considering sending a message through him to another friend of mine in Marseille that might like to know vaguely someone of import I wanted to communicate with.
Russell looks at Alexis.
Alexis
and,
looks at Russell.
Russell looks at Abu.
There's an awful lot of look at.
Can I make an insight roll here?
I mean, if you want to be like a player about it.
Well, I mean, he was given a map, or he was given... I was in the room when he was given the map, right?
This is true.
Yep.
What is it? Insight and intelligence? Yes. All right.
I got one success.
Oh, Lior doesn't care.
I'm not very good at it, and I don't really care.
Jerome,
3 successes.
Can I roll manipulation and subterfuge to make
you
him
certainly can, my serpentine brother.
I think right now-
What, sir?
I was like, I think right now you wouldn't even have to make up. You wouldn't have to roll. You could just make up any plausible excuse.
Swear to God, we
I
love you, Joe.
believe you.
Swear to God, we love you.
We do
Wow.
love
We
you.
do
I
love,
love you, Joe.
We do love.
This is nothing personal.
8 more dice.
I don't.
Just mean
I'm
Lior-
not taking it personally. I am stupefied and shocked and tickled all at the same time. This is so much fun.
Good. Good.
The city is on fire.
Can we hear the city on fire?
No, you're in a very safe and secure location.
Yeah,
Nine
Setites
successes?
don't build nests.
I can't possibly tell you where Gerome is right now.
All right. I assume he has either found another way out or.
So we're expecting another member of your crew.
Oh, not a member of our crew. A man that insulted me many times.
He was a passenger on the ship. He was trying to go to Marseille, so... And I would
Passenger
hope...
is a strong word.
What
My
business?
understanding is he was originally cargo.
He
And I
became
was-
a passenger.
Where was he headed again?
Marseille.
Paris. He was headed to Paris, unless Lord
Yes.
Adalbert said otherwise.
Well, and then he changed his route to Marseille after he proved his
I
freedom.
I forget.
Eh,
Abu speaks up. So I did what you said earlier and reached out to Andreas. I gave him the names of the people that may or may not be boarding. He had something interesting to say about your friend Gerome.
Oh?
There's no warrant out for his arrest. No one is looking for him. They never were.
That
Because
kinda adds
if
up.
anyone would know about it, it is us. We love a good blood hunt. We capture people all the time and bring them for boons and favors. This Gerome of Toutain was never accused of killing his sire. His sire was killed in an attack on an entire city.
He was someone to distract us.
That's crazy.
Like the ploys that I told you about.
I don't believe they're even expecting him.
so he was wholly unimportant. Delightful. Issue resolved.
Completely unimportant Gerome.
He was very nice. I don't think we should
He
overlook
called me a
that.
sea dog and tried to
He
inspire
never
an
called you
mutiny.
by your name, Lior.
Yeah, most people don't like to. I get it.
He
It's
did
a-
eventually.
I have a complexion issue. I get it.
He referred to all the men by their name immediately.
He called me the captain, though. You know.
He did think you would make an excellent captain, which I found
don't like
hilarious.
that, though.
You're a wonderful navigator, but you don't seem to all that interested in
No,
being a captain.
no, never.
Never.
Interesting.
He kept sleeping
Never?
in those sewer sheets.
The beautiful
Never
young
she-
woman walks up to Lior. Never.
Not really. I don't need to be a captain.
What was your job on the ship?
Oh, she's an
I-
excellent navigator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can do star charts. I've been updating star charts. That's kind of why I want to get my stuff back off the boat too. That's why I'm sending Odette.
There are very
Anyway.
few people who can do that, Lior.
She's the best, just gotta say. Don't you dare take her from me.
Offers can be made. A woman of your skills. I can understand why this Gerome thought you could have been a captain.
Thank
Gender
you.
is no barrier among the Setites.
It certainly is not.
I'll keep it in mind.
You could be
Thank
an
you.
admiral someday.
Okay, great. Thank you. This is a lot.
She hands you a mug of blood beer. Gives you a little cheers.
Okay. She will cheers, and she is very hungry. So she's gonna take a sip because she is a hungry girl.
There's plenty of it. You can go down in hunger.
Great, thank you.
Right back down to 1.
Perfect. Exciting. Good news. Great news.
Would you like to pause here for the night as we await your new passage onto a ship with Andreas of Egypt? Sounds like a good place to stop.
Yeah,
Quite fine by me.
it might give us a chance to discuss out of game where we think our characters
Yeah.
should go next.
And maybe, Gerome will stop dilly-dallying above the surface and actually make his way down here.
I thought he would beat us here. It's quite weird.
He left before
Hey.
you. I just don't understand.
I
And
can't
he
possibly
was-
tell you where he is.
He seemed to leave in such a hurry.
He's probably buying sheets.
He might have
I
gotten
would leave in a
distracted by
hurry.
a mirror.
He doesn't even have a bed right now.
He can find a bed. He's an astonishingly handsome individual.
He's probably
Well,
staring at a
presumably that's
mirror,
all right.
Captain. You remember that time we saw him staring at a puddle? I do. Remember how he kept staring at his reflection in Bloodbeer?
He was a bit of a sort.
Those roses, I tell you.
Ugh.
Why am I talking like the fucking guy from Jaws?
I don't know. I'm clearly
For
wearing.
30, I'll catch it and I'll kill it.
You're clearly picking up my influences, and they are
I'm
nothing
greedy.
but good.
We're gonna need a bigger bow.
They are. Luckily, there's one on the way. Thank you for joining us tonight. Kissed by a Rose. What a song. Now a drinking game in our Dark Ages campaign, which is fantastic. Was this the beach episode? That's what people are going to wonder.
I mean, kinda.
I mean, one of you is practically dead on a beach, so that's good.
I mean, we're all
Hey.
dead.
Gerome is quietly being stuffed into a barrel underwater by Abu to be boarded. I don't know. They gotta think about what they want to do with him. Hopefully, maybe, Ben can keep up this charade. Insight rolls. You know, we got 3 kindred probably looking for Gerome. That's a thing. The city is on fire. A fire has spread out of control at the prince's palace. A number of kindred may or may not be dead there. One of them was in torpor, so that's rough. We may have to roll some dice and see how things go. The Ashira are probably pretty pissed. The Setites are probably not too phased.
My baby.
Yep,
Lior shows no concerns for her child.
it's good to have
Listen.
insurance.
It's not my fault.
Yeah, home insurance is very important, everybody.
Gerome killed your child.
That shopkeeper is way more talented than we gave him credit
Gerome
for.
did no such thing.
Jerome may have killed a child.
You better hope he never finds out about that shit, man. It's gonna be
Yes,
bad.
That's if you're looking for him, because you don't know where he is.
That's true. I mean, I doubt that shopkeeper made it out alive, so your secret's safe, really.
Well, you never can tell. Thank you for joining us tonight. It is our Dark Ages Season 2 with this wonderful cast. I'm your storyteller from Gehenna Gaming, Rick. Oops, all Setite, one of the co-founders. With me tonight, my wonderful cast can round robin tell you where you can find them. As I get the cream of the crop here, as Randy Savage used to say. A number of people who are in a ton of different games, productions. They're all very creative people. I'm very lucky to have them as players and pals. So, one by one, let's shout it out. Let's start with the most duplicitous mother effer in this group, Mr. Russell, who...
Oh, I thought you were going to say Gerome.
That's what I thought.
Well,
I thought it was
Gerome.
Gerome.
No, that title has moved, sir. It was
Gerome
Jerome. Now it's you.
acts out of passion. And when Gerome is upset, Gerome makes
Upset.
very quick decisions. Mr. Setite, Russell over here, on the other hand, sees an opportunity and strikes, seemingly at a moment's notice. Who are you? Where can they
Alright.
find you?
Yeah, I'm Ben, Big Dad Walker. You can find me on Carrying Comfort Studios, the Discord, or Twitter. I run Heart City Beneath, Descended Drum Beats every other Saturday. Next week, I think, because this is airing on the 9th. Yeah, so next week, Saturday, check it out. Yeah, our big campaign just wrapped up for charity, so I don't have much going on this month. We're taking a chiller month than before. Maybe check me out on Martlet Games' stream I did as Chet, the Banu Hakim. That's all for me.
Very good. I made a Gangrel NPC who was a country singer named Chet, who was releasing an album called Pieces of Chet.
I made what might be the worst Banu Hakim and named him Chet.
That's fantastic. Followed up with Dave, Mr. Daddy Don't Tell Me What to Do No More.
So I'm Dave. You can find me on Discord, Carrying Comfort, Gehenna Gaming, Twin Dad. You can find me on Twitter, at SliderDK. Coming this fall, I will be running a cyberpunk game, Displaced and Disorderly, on Carrying Comfort Studios that we are casting now. So you can find that application on Twitter.
Dave, question. When do applications for that close? Because this is the future we're talking about.
Yes. I will need to speak with my producer, but as of this moment, we don't have a date for closing on applications yet.
Hopefully they're still open, folks.
Yeah. And you will also see me, again, in the late summer, early fall on Vorpal Tales, playing in one of their games now.
Fun. Those are good people over there.
Yeah, good group.
Monsieur Toutain. We should give you a hand because you're missing one. Oh. Where can they find you, my friend?
Well, they can find Mr. Toutain. I'm Joe, better known as DJ Toreador, Nolofanger on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, River Region Studios. I'm SD from Montgomery by Night and soon to be Montgomery by Night adjacent. I'm still trying to get people's times down, and I'm doing several things at once, so no spoilers, but we're getting that taken care of. This has been so much fun playing. I cannot wait to see what happens next. I am baffled and tickled and just, I have so enjoyed this session. This was really fun.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you're having a ton of fun. You've done some bold moves, buddy. It's been fantastic. But you're playing your character and you're doing
This is what I do. So it is.
Yeah. Man, it's a delight.
I guess I'll tell you before we go. The goal was even if I didn't, I was going to Diablo-rise Abu.
Hell yeah.
Then you'd be a Setite.
Then he might be a Setite.
That'd be fine.
Set always wins.
Did you hear that, audience? That would be fine. Yeah. Something to think about. Lior DuBois. Spymaster extraordinaire.
Yep. Please don't ask me to be the captain of your ship. I don't really want it.
Do it.
Maybe one day a really small ship sounds great that I can get around fast.
A friend ship.
It can be like a tiny ship that's attached to the back of Keats' ship. You can,
No,
move.
because Keats doesn't
ship
want to go where
trailer.
Lior's gonna go.
Leave it to Nosferatu to be like, I want a nautical trailer.
You said friendship to the cutest Nosferatu ever.
Leslee is the cutest Nosferatu.
I'm scary, I promise.
Such a delightful
so I'm
person
Leslee.
in and out of character, so it's really hard.
I try. You can find me on Twitter at Leslee Wombat. You can find me on Twitch at Leslee Wombat, where I stream Halo. Might start streaming some other games too. I do a podcast called Hot Garbage Gaming. Find that where you listen to podcasts. Talk about video games most of the time. Just did a big E3 episode. You can also find me on Carrying Comfort Studios in Abnormalcy, where I play a abnormal, which is our version of a mutant in the hero system, and I'm part lizard.
Heck yeah.
What about your character?
Boo. I'm not actually part lizard.
Also, Leslee did a fantastic job of taking an incredible amount of really in-depth VTM lore that I dropped on her and said, this is how you can use it this is what it is, but here's how you can use it to your advantage, per se. And you nailed it. Point for point, you nailed it. And it was
I tried.
fantastic.
Thank
And behind the
you.
scenes, I'm like, yeah. So, props. You did great.
Thank you.
Yes, praise set. Last but not
Praise
least,
set.
proud father Aldric Keats, giving away his child immediately to adoption.
Hey, Keats just trying to keep this kid safe. He figured he'd be a whole lot more secure when that all happened. But yes, now I can use a variety of parental hashtags. Hashtag proud vampire daddy. Hashtag proud alien mama from Vorpal Tales. You can find me there every Thursday playing either my marine or my scientist. My scientist intentionally got face hugged. It was kind of awesome.
It's called love, okay?
Exactly. Thank you for understanding. It was beautiful. And I could also say that I am a hashtag surprised yet proud blood mother. From every other Saturday, you can find me on Heart the City Beneath, playing Zestra, the Blood Witch, who apparently has a child she was not expecting in one of her fellow cast members.
It's been a heavy parenting week for you.
Yeah, all things. So yeah, summation, you can find me on Vorpal Tales. You can find me on Carrying Comfort. And if you're looking for something kind of horrifying and interesting to watch and fun, and you like Bluebeard's Bride, check out me running Bluebeard's Bride on Carrying Comfort Studios. That happened already, so catch the VOD. It was great.
Yeah.
And
It was Rosie's GM premiere debut.
And you had Alex from Magpie, who was one of your players, who's actually run Bluebeard's Bride for Gehenna Gaming with Virtual HorrorCon. And what a fantastic GM. So having them as a player back and being able to sit in the player seat and experience your debut, that's really fantastic. It's really happy to see that stuff go on and friendships being made. Special thanks to Seal Samuel, aka the Singer Seal, for Kissed by a Rose. Fantastic ballad from the 90s, which was featured in Batman Forever, which is a fucking rockin' movie with Val Kilmer. Highlight of many of our jokes today and became a subtle context in this session. Probably very historic. You probably asked many historians, and I'm sure Seal pulled many of these lyrics from dark times in 1198. So, you know, a lot of people who write songs are on drugs, so I'm just going to go put that on a limb. Anyway, thank you for joining us for some serious times from Silly Goose Times. And all in all, entertainment. Vampire is a fun game. The levity of actions like this make the horror and personal limb cutting and burning of cities that much more dark when shown with juxtaposition of something so silly. So we're here to have a good time. Hope you had a good time too. Thank you for joining us. We'll catch you next time.
Praise set.
Praise set.
Bye.